Who's got the most followers out of all of us? If I'm
Sean, I think.
This is definitely.
I think it might be. It might be Dan. You know.
Actually, no, it's Sion. But
after Sion.
After Sion.
After Sion is Sean. No, it's Sean.
I don't know.
me check
I
now.
ain't got over 1,000, bro. So
Neither have I.
Why are you lying?
I ain't got over 1,000. You got like 800, fam. That's it.
I beg you, check. There might be me then.
He's got 799 followers.
There you go. Then
okay,
there you go.
it's me
Someone
then.
obviously on followers. That's what the thing is, and be like, oh my god, it's me.
Good morning.
bro. I hear that.
When I wait in summer again in year 9.
Yeah.
It's finished.
It was always around that year 9 as well.
Well, we was in school
remember
when we
being-
first started. This because it was you, Dean, Anthony, Panay. All you man were always one.
I was never that tall, fam.
You were one of the tallest in our year.
The tallest.
You were
Talking about
Daniel.
that's what I'm saying. I wasn't one of the tallest,
bro. I had a late growth spurt, innit? I had a late
your
one.
growth spurt was mad.
But I had a late one.
Did anyone have like growing pains where like they
Yeah.
bend
My
their
legs,
their knee?
my legs,
My knees and my back.
Stretch marks as well.
Yeah,
I still
Yeah,
got
that's
that
what
to this
stretch
day.
marks are.
Yeah, I still got that to this day.
I'm in growing pains.
The growing pains
You
was
need
long
a
still.
couple pictures, innit?
Yeah, we'll do that outside, fam, because I think
His ladies there.
what's he?
He's outside.
Okay, yeah. He's got a cut.
Applying pressure.
Sanch, just give us one gem. One gem. One gem.
It costs your peace of mind. It's too expensive.
Yeah.
Hey,
You know what? Let me just pan. Let me pan.
all right, back again.
Hey!
Back again.
You're done already.
Done. What's this episode? 45.
One of them. Big 4-5.
Big 4-5.
We're moving.
And today we've got a very special guest with us.
Yes.
Hello, everyone.
Introduce yourself, my guy.
Long time friend of the show.
Done already. This is
Long time.
This, you know you got brothers and you got brothers.
Brothers.
So,
man.
Sanchez. Yes, it's my
Yes.
first name. That's on my birth certificate.
Way.
Even asked.
Everybody out them
Is that
glucose.
your name? Nah,
Is it?
so come on. Sanchez. I've known the boys. Oof. How many years?
Bro, we've known each other since like 11, 12.
11, 12.
Yeah.
Mad.
Let me not reveal the age.
Yeah. That's a long time.
It's a long time to see you.
Long time still.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Always,
you for
bro.
coming, bro.
Hey,
Yeah,
thank you
bro.
for coming, bro.
That's it, man.
Friend of family of the show.
That's it, bro.
That's it.
Yeah, different category.
OTF, cuz. That's it. OTF.
Only the family.
Yeah, man. So, just before we get into it,
Should I like
anyone...
trim?
Say again?
Your trim.
What about it?
It's nice.
Sharp,
Thank you
innit?
so
Yeah, I
much.
just clocked.
Sharp,
Sure.
It's nice.
Presidential
I went
brown.
out.
You know
I
what I'm saying?
went out, so I had to get a trim in it. So
Usually people put the hat on because they're trying to hide it.
Yeah,
Do
I'm
you know
trying to
what I
hide
mean?
my
You have to
Let me not show you the regrowth on my team.
Shaw's got the hat and
the
he's got
looks
the
are still
trim.
looking clean.
Come on, man.
Still
I'm
looking
just
clean.
here, innit?
That's why his name's Shaws. Yeah.
I'm just taking more notes as usual. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Trying to be like you, innit?
Yeah.
You know, I come across a picture of you with a fresh trim, actually.
Is it?
With, in a tux.
tux?
In a tux, and you was reaching for something in your
Has anyone
pocket.
seen your Instagram?
No. But you was reaching for something. You was reaching for something.
We need to put that picture up because
Yeah.
we still don't know what was in that pocket.
Do you know what as well, yeah?
Angle man down, innit?
Angle man
Angles.
down.
But do you know what it
It's
is?
all about angles.
You see on my Insta, yeah, my picture that's got the best likes, the most amount of likes, is the one I've done.
Because he looks good in
It's the
it.
one I've done. I don't get the most likes on my
Ask him,
Instagram.
yeah, who wears a suit without a shirt?
Hold on.
Who
You
wears a
do
suit without a
modelling.
shirt?
You do modelling. You do modelling. You do modelling, Sanchez. So you know where I'm coming from with that one, fam.
Have you got a suit? Have you got a picture of a suit with you in a suit without a shirt on your Instagram?
You see my Instagram.
Anyway,
Who's got the most followers out of all of us? If I'm
Sean, I think.
this is definitely.
I think
Sean,
it might be.
innit?
It might be Dan. You know.
Actually,
No, it's Sion. There.
but
After Sion.
after Sion.
After Sion is Sean. No, it's Sean.
I don't know. I think
Me check
I
now.
ain't got over 1,000, bro. So
Neither have I.
Why are you lying?
I ain't got over 1,000. You got like 800, fam. That's it.
I beg you, check. There might be me then. Still.
He's got 799 followers.
There you
Oh,
go.
okay,
Then. There
okay,
you
it's
go.
me
Someone
then.
obviously on followers.
Whose heart did you break? Whose heart did you break, bro?
Dan's got over 1,000. I know. I know he does.
Silly. You me?
Yeah, I know
Nah,
you
nah, I
got
don't have
over
over
1,000,
1,000. I don't even know how much I got.
Yeah, man. Mr. Popular. That knows everyone.
I don't know how much I got.
Remember in uni? Oh, yeah, Wagwan. What are you saying, bro?
Hey, shut up.
Hey, it's been a minute still.
Can't take him nowhere. But yeah, before we get into it, anyone who's been listening on the Spotify,
Apple Music, Deezer, Google Podcast,
Any of the platforms.
or any
all
of the
them things.
platforms, sorry.
Any of them platforms, yeah, just make sure like if you enjoy us,
like, subscribe, share it, please.
yeah,
as
tell
well.
a friend to tell a friend to tell their friend.
If you're watching this on Insta as well, you see just on the right hand side, there's this little like bookmark, thing. Just press that. Just press it one time. That's all we need.
That's all we need to do.
Just bring it forward. You know what I mean?
You ain't got to do nothing else.
Nothing else.
But anyway,
All right.
and then yeah, everyone on the YouTube as well. Again, subscribe to the thing, helps us a lot. Like the videos.
Put a comment
all
down
that,
there, man.
You know what I mean?
Press the notification bell.
I'm
Yeah,
saying,
but notification
the
bells,
notification
fam.
bell.
When they
Straight.
upload,
Everything,
you guys
fam.
already know.
You know, fam.
Hey,
You get me?
yeah,
That's
man.
it.
Calm
You
down.
understand?
But let's get into
Straight
it though. Hear me out. Has anyone got anything pressing on their mind, fam? Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I got something pressing on my mind.
Go on, Dan.
Jada. Jada, that's what's pressing on my mind.
Yeah.
Jada Pinkett. I don't even want to say Smith.
It's just
She don't even like the Smith. She don't even deserve Smith.
What's wrong with this? What's wrong
Why
with
is she
this
so
woman?
wicked?
I'm gonna be very honest. She's toxic. Yeah.
Now you know what? I think they're both toxic.
Yeah,
They
so
are both
They
toxic.
both
Yeah.
the both of them. I don't think.
Before I
I think
get
the marriage has
cancelled.
sold its course. You know? I feel like the marriage has sold its course.
Yeah.
Because you've got this thing where she resents Will
Yeah.
for his actions with regards to obviously love languages. I feel like their love languages, they're not very compatible. Like she prefers to be loved a certain way,
Yeah.
and Will can't provide love that certain way.
Yeah.
And she obviously she's still hung up on Tupac.
It's a massive mess. Do you know what? I think even when I say that Sanchez is right, they're both toxic, and I feel like it's showing through more on the woman's side in the sense that, like, you know, when a woman's kind of done and she's mentally checked out, she shows signs kind of that more. Like she shows signs of being detached a lot more. Sometimes men kind of they internalize it. They kind of
Do
suppress
you know what I
it.
think is killing me the most?
What's that?
You can see her toxic behavior on display, but she's acting like the victim.
But see, this is the thing now, because I think we spoke about this yesterday. If she's done with the relationship, why don't she just leave, fam? Rather than tear down.
I reckon it's the kids in the media.
Kids, the media,
and the
that
bag-
bag
And
is.
the bag.
What's
Yeah.
wrong with what do you mean the kids? What, stay
As
together
in-
for the kids?
Yeah, because you got to think
They're big people though.
Yeah, but traditionally, also, like, say, maybe our parents' age, grandparents, and so on and so forth, there wasn't this whole getting out of marriages wasn't really a thing that you would normally do, especially for a woman
Yeah.
back then as well, where they didn't necessarily have assets and the man was the breadwinner.
Yeah,
Women
yeah.
didn't have them kind of rights.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
had to stay through the. Can we swear on this?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure it's
man.
but women were having to stay through the bullshit.
Yeah,
Let's be
yeah,
real.
yeah.
Some men move trash.
Yeah.
So
100.
there's probably that element, and I think also because Will was married before, and he sees that as I don't want to have another failed marriage.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because remember he was married before and he had this. What's the oldest one called Trey?
Trey.
Trey,
Yeah,
yeah,
I remember. Yeah,
So I
you're
think
right.
there's that element of it as well, where he's like, "Rah, I had one marriage, had my son, didn't really work out. He's now got married to Jada, and it's like, okay, they've had Jaden and Willow, and it's like, rah, okay, what's going on? And you can see he's invested a lot into it as
I'm
well.
with you, bro.
Yeah.
But you see my issue is,
Tell them
it's
that.
the fact that Jada said she didn't even want to marry them on the
Yeah,
wedding day.
see,
She was
that's
balling.
mad.
She said she was
Crying.
balling,
That's
fam.
mad.
She's
Yeah,
balling.
yeah, yeah.
Every day is that, or every month she's coming out with a new piece of information
Every month.
you see
It's
what-
daily.
you
It's
see what-
daily.
to rip man, fam.
It's
You understand what I'm saying?
Well,
Yeah,
embarrassing
yeah,
him.
bro.
You know what I mean?
Embarrassing him.
But no one had a gun to your head.
Yeah,
no one had
yeah.
a knife to your throat to
Yeah,
do
no
that.
one
So-
made you do this,
So
man.
why did you do it? I heard it's because she was already pregnant with
Yeah,
Jaden.
and she said that she.
But you didn't have to put yourself through that.
You can still say no.
And you can still say no. And you see, my thing is, right, Will Smith has had a career for over, what, 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah? No issues. None. Apart from red table talks. We don't know what they're like.
And he was on the verge of bankruptcy at the very beginning.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
it. But that's it.
But we don't know what his and Jada's setup was behind closed doors. Whether they were in an open marriage or not, that's their business. Do you understand? And Will Smith, I think he could have dealt with that behind closed doors because he hasn't got the pressure of the world sort of on him and watching him and scoping his life out. He can't even be normal no more. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So the moment that
August.
Jada had trouble with August, which is another thing in itself,
Listen,
which she
that's
wasn't
it.
cancelled for.
Do you know what's wild? So there's what, like a 20-year age. August is our age.
Bro.
These people are in their 40s. Man's also rolling with the children,
It's peak, bro.
and you're chopping in under your own root.
She's a predator, bro, and it's not
And
spoken
if that
about.
was if that was the other way round,
Oh, he's
finish.
done.
If that was
Finish.
Will,
Finish.
let's say if that was Will with I don't
Chopping
even know.
Willow's friends.
Yeah,
Do you
One
understand?
of Willow's
or
friends.
say that Laurie Harvey. Finish.
Yeah.
Problems.
Do you understand?
Problems.
Yeah.
So that's a big issue for me. And what happened was, obviously, August had come out and said, blah, 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 he's been sleeping with Jada and X, Y, Z. She troubled a vulnerable person.
Yeah, because
That's
he
young.
was
Do you get what I'm saying?
he was struggling mentally.
struggling.
struggling, and she took advantage of that.
My thing is, she didn't need to address it
The way she did.
the way she did at the Red Table Talk. But that's when things started crumbling for Will.
Yeah.
Will Smith is struggling, bruv.
You
You can see it, bro.
You can see
You
it.
can
He's
see it.
struggling.
And you could clearly see it if you watched, maybe not the whole Oscars, but there's only one clip that you need to see in order to see how he exploded, fam.
100.
Do you know what I mean? Or imploded, shall I say.
Do you lot think he was right to slap Chris?
No, not
Not in
public like that. Not in public.
He should have slapped
I don't think
August
he was
first.
right.
Yeah, that's
Should
what
have
I'm
slapped
no,
August.
but-
So
but-
he brought out a song called Entanglements.
August.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is?
About
Rose.
Rose.
I'm with you.
Maybach music.
Then them ad-libs in the bedroom.
Listen,
You're taking a piss, bro. You're taking a piss.
listen. There's no way, fam. I think. All right, we're gonna look at the situation. It's mad, because all this energy that he had for Chris, he took it out on the wrong person.
No, I don't think he took it
I
on the
don't
wrong
think it. No,
person.
I don't think he took it on the wrong path. I think with Will, obviously, there's been so many different things. I think that was the straw that brought the camel's back. Of
course it was.
So there's been all of these incidents where, as I said, Jada's been embarrassing him. Obviously, social media, the public have been onto their relationship. Then it's obviously there's going to be some sensitivity there. We know comics make jokes, but also there's also history between Chris Rock making jokes about
mad.
Jada
That's
as well.
mad,
yeah.
There's that instance, and then as I said, with this being the fact that we're in a hypersensitive environment right now, but we know comics make wild jokes. That's
what makes
but
them. Yeah, gives
I
them the
think
edge.
there's that element where, as I said, where there's been so many different things leading up to that point, but also it's Chris Rock. Do you think Will Smith would have got up on stage and clapped Kevin Hart from Philly?
Dave Chappelle.
No, Dave Chappelle. Absolutely
But do
no
you know why
way.
he?
You would have.
You would've just given
Do you
him a
know what it is?
haymaker. There's no
Yeah,
way.
I agree with everything that you lot are saying, but here are my points to add on top of it. Yeah, Will Smith, I don't think he approached August like that because August is still a minor to him.
Yeah.
First and foremost. And he probably knows what his. Hold on, hear me out. Let me
From
land.
time when you're chopping my wife, fam.
But
we're sides, fam.
let me land, bro.
Yeah, so,
Because you're right.
yeah,
You're right.
land the
You're
plane.
right. You're chopping his wife. You need to hold hands.
Land the
Yeah.
plane, yeah, land the
But
plane.
let me land because Will Smith knows Jada. Yeah, we don't know Jada like Will Smith knows Jada. He probably knows she weaved her little magic like what she does and got into the boy's head. And she probably made a move on him rather than him making a move on her. Let's be real. It's Jada. Are you gonna make a move on Jada? No. If she makes a move on you, it's long. Do you get what I'm saying? But obviously, but I'm just saying if you're,
no,
you
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Disclaimer. You know what I mean? But, so that's that. So Will Smith was most likely mad at August, but it's like I don't really see August going on and on and on about it. Yeah, he made a song and that, and that was that. But his beef,
money and everything.
his beef was more so with Jada because she allowed that to happen, kind of thing.
Yeah, it was good.
With Chris Rock now,
Okay, I see what you
this,
mean, yeah.
this thing's been going on for years, bro.
What year was it? The 2016.
16.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Oscars then, because
Yeah.
Jada was boycotting the Oscars with Will Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what he didn't get nominated for what film?
What film it was.
Was it what's that one? Not I Am Legend.
No,
The one where he's with the dog.
That
That's
is I Am
I Am
Legend.
Legend.
Is I Am Legend?
But
isn't it?
26, but that came out years ago.
that came out
2016
years
was
ago.
it? What was,
Was
the
it
film
the
with that Margot?
concussion one?
Was
He's
it-
a doctor. Or was it £7?
No, or Pursuit of Happiness. Or one.
No, that was years
that was
ago.
a- that was years
ago.
ago.
Was it the one with Margot
2007
Robbie?
or
I can't even remember.
I can't remember.
But anyways,
One of them
one
films.
film, one of them films.
She
yeah.
was boycotting it with him or whatever.
Yeah.
Fair enough. She weren't there. Chris Rock didn't need to address it.
No, but hold on.
He didn't. No, but
Do you know what it is though?
To.
But we're talking about comics. They make jokes.
They push the
and
envelope.
they push. But bro, man
Yeah,
said
but
G.I.
you
Jane,
see,
fam.
but you see,
Man said
you know,
G.I.
but,
Jane
no, but
is-
hold on. It's because remember, Chris Rock hasn't got a good track history in
Yeah.
America.
Yeah.
He's sitting on TV with
them white bro.
with
Yo.
them white brothers. What's his name?
my
Ricky
days,
Gervais.
Ricky Gervais and them other man.
The other brother, I can't remember his
And
name.
they're just flinging
And
out
they
the
were just
N-word
flinging around the
flagrantly.
N-word. And he's laughing with them. And he's saying that this white guy is the N-word for a white person. And, you know, so that is distasteful already.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then he's on to Jada all the time.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's made the joke about Jada. Fair enough, G.I. Jane. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. When I heard it, no, I was like, right, like at first I
she
chuckled.
laughed.
I did chuckle, yeah.
Yeah.
Then I said, right, like why is he making jokes at Jada for knowing what Will Smith as a fellow brother is going through in his relationship?
However, did you see Will?
Yeah, he was laughing.
She was laughing.
No, she wasn't laughing.
She laughed after he slapped him. She was
all I'm
laughing at the other angles.
all I'm saying is I don't think Will Smith was right
No,
to slap him, but I get it.
violence isn't the solution. It's not an answer. But at the same, I hear it from both sides.
Yeah.
But I get it.
Yeah, I hear it from both sides.
I get it because in the heat of the moment, Will Smith's conflicted. His wife ain't laugh. He laughed. His wife ain't laughing. He's thinking, raw, like I need to defend my wife's honor.
Yeah.
Because blah blah blah. But
didn't
this
she
is what I'm
say-
trying to
did
say.
she-
She's a spinster blood.
She's
but-
emasculated
yeah.
him
Which-
already.
Do you
And
know
that's
why? Do you know why? Because yeah, she's making it out like her alopecia is something that's really sensitive to her. You know, as a woman, you know, your hair is a big thing, and it's true. As a woman,
Yeah.
you know, your hair is a big thing.
Yeah.
I've got sisters, I've got aunties, I've got a wife, and whatever. The hair is a big thing.
Comments
But
about the hair are
she
different.
was online not too long ago saying
She don't care.
she don't care and blah 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 and all of these things. But at the Oscars, she's playing victim.
Yeah.
So Will Smith has tried to defend her honor, and now she's saying, "Oh, Will Smith shouldn't have slapped."
Yeah, she said that. I don't need
do
a
you get what I'm
man to
saying?
defend my honor.
Yeah.
So then,
so what are you playing?
So
at?
she's already emasculated him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then not only that, now that he slapped her and then he's come back down and then sat down again, she's making she's already put him in this situation of where he's having to defend himself and he's having to find ways to fight his pride as a man.
yeah.
Do you
And
know
the-
what? It's
yeah, go on.
like even with Will, yeah. I feel like any one of us in that situation, maybe we wouldn't slap the person, but we would defend. our woman.
Yeah, he wouldn't have made
Do
a
you know what I
comment.
mean?
Or he
But
could've-
where it's different is that
He got up.
we wouldn't be with a Jada. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
It's
Will,
the
this
woman
is not the
that
first
he's
time Will
defended.
slapped someone, you know.
Yeah,
not the
but
first
I know,
time.
but obviously on TV.
He could have got up and like
not
done
the
something.
first
He
time,
could have
it
like
wasn't the
picked
first
Chris Rock up and done something silly or something. Like I've seen other people have said like he could have done something to show to kind of like as a jokey way of like I was
like
going
that.
to slap Chris Rock or something just to kind of like take the edge off of the situation a little bit. But bro, in my opinion as well, any good woman would have maybe have seen that Will Smith was going to get up and just have
Yeah, just be like, babes.
leave
She,
it.
no, she probably didn't even know what he was gonna do. I don't think anyone knew what was gonna do.
I do because it's a momentary sort of.
I didn't
thing,
even think
it's a
he knew he was
reaction.
gonna slap him.
But I just feel like she should have maybe sooner than she saw him about to kind of get up. She should have her wits about her and be like, no, don't.
But you don't reckon
should
they've
know
had
her
a talk?
husband, you should know him.
You don't
Yeah,
reckon
yeah,
they would have had a
that's it.
talk?
You should
though?
know your man.
Yeah.
You should know your man.
But yeah, do you not reckon they would have maybe had a talk about Chris Rock is hosting the Oscars?
We know what he's like.
We know what he's like. What happened? Like, you know, if there's the likely situation that he's going to make a joke, they've probably spoken about that. Do you know what I mean?
But
And she
sometimes
might have even got
emotions-
into his head from there. Be like,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
don't
let him walk in.
Tupac wouldn't have had that.
For us, yeah, that seems ideal.
Could have had that.
That seems ideal to us because hindsight's a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
It
of course,
So
of
back
course.
then they're probably thinking, "Oh, we're going Oscars," and that's that. Because Chris Rock wasn't hosting it, you know. He was just presenting an award.
presenting an award. yeah.
You
get what I'm saying?
So,
So,
so no one knew that he was going to be up on stage.
And I'm not saying that. I don't know.
No,
I can't say
yeah.
that. I don't know.
I'm just
yeah,
asking.
that's what I'm saying. I
asking.
don't know, but I don't
Yeah.
know. But like even that, it's like Will Smith is banned from the Oscars for 10 years now.
Yeah.
But
You just go down and
that
down. bro.
industry.
Yeah, fuck the Oscars
Because
anyway.
it
Yeah.
took them how many years? What was that? Who was that child rapist called?
Harvey.
not Harvey
Jeffrey.
Weinstein.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Not
Yeah.
not
No,
him.
Harvey-
No, there's
The
another one.
director.
Harvey
What's the
Weinstein.
director called?
Weinstein.
Not Weinstein.
No.
There was a director. I beg you Google it, please.
Yeah.
There's a director. It took them like 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
To ban him from the Oscars. Man was out here raping children. Are you dumb?
Yeah.
Obviously, we got the
Yeah,
Weinstein.
there was-
And he was just letting him walk through the doors at the Oscars.
Yeah.
Yes.
Boy.
One rule for us, another for them.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's where it is.
Didn't they say that? The Oscars. They used to call it the
Harvey Weinstein, bro.
the White
Did he
Awards or
rate
something
Jordan?
like that. Like
Yeah, Harvey Weinstein.
I can't remember.
Let me.
There's a couple names in there.
Yeah,
man,
but
that
that's
shouldn't be
that's the thing. There's a
Yeah.
few of them,
So, yeah.
and there's no ramifications for them. All the ramifications are delayed. They just don't care.
So, all right, Will, he's a fairly traumatized individual right now.
Yeah.
How does he bounce back from that?
But what my just to add to that, is that I kind of knew there was an issue, other than all this Jada and stuff that we've seen. But I knew there was an issue from when Will Smith jumped on Instagram, and he's been doing all of these things on Instagram to kind of look like this
Unhappy,
Hollywood
so.
star, like this superstar, jumping out of planes, doing this, bungee jumping, blah blah blah. Like it's all good and well, but like we know you're human, bro. Like we know you're human. We know that you're going through something with your wife, let alone
I
anything
don't
else
think
that's
we
going
care
on.
that he's human. But have you seen the jokes made about him?
But he's almost leading himself into, because he's such a megastar, it's almost like he can't have problems in his life.
Yeah,
and he's doing this whole facade of being on Insta, making it
don't
look
think that's
happy,
fair.
go
He's
lucky,
been
blah blah
Mr.
blah.
Fresh
I don't
Prince
think that's fair, man.
for the.
But in
It's
a
not
way,
fair.
it's not fair. It's not fair on him. It's not
That's
fair
what I'm
what he's
saying.
doing to himself.
But
yeah.
it's this is the whole problem of society. Is when anybody that's seen as a celebrity or has superstardom or has this sense of richness, whatever we as the general public say about them, they must be able to take. Look at footballers.
yeah.
True.
Footballers get abused every single day.
Yeah, 100.
And then there's their argument, they earn 150 grand a week, blah, blah, blah.
But they're still human.
They're still human beings.
Yeah, 100.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I'm with you.
you got to think about the professional football as a whole. It's not like these people have been kicking balls since they were 5-6 years old. Every day of their lives, all they've done is kick a ball. They miss things. Christmases in the Premier League. They're playing on Boxing Day. They can't spend time with their family. They're up and down the country all week.
Yeah.
They can't have Christmas dinner, fam.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
100.
Their diets are very stringent. They have strict time away from their family. If they're in European competitions, Champions League, Europa League, Europa Conference, shout out Man United.
It's true, man. It's true. And then they got international breaks and stuff
100,
like that.
100,
Yeah.
fam. It's
their
big, bro. Like,
sponsorship
it's a
stuff.
lot. It's a lot
It's a
going
lot.
on.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
I mean,
There's a lot
no
going
amount
on.
of money means that you, like, regardless of what you're earning, doesn't mean that you should have to deal with any abuse or any, you know, anything from fans or anything like that. But again, with Will Smith, it's I don't know.
not
It's
seen much
different. He needs to be
support.
honest with himself first.
I've not seen much support for Chris Rock.
Support.
Yeah, I
Like
felt
in a
sorry for
sense,
him
like
still.
a little bit of
There has been, but not as much. Obviously, at the end of the, because people are like Will Smith was the aggressor.
Yeah.
That's what's catching the media.
Yeah.
They're not. Like, yes, there's been some reports about Chris Rock whether he was going to file any charges,
Yeah.
but the media are just pushing Will Smith slapped Chris Rock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally, and
But
that's
think
what
'cause
I
they
don't like.
Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's some
'Cause they don't
people in
like
the
him.
industry that feel like he deserved the slap.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
other people, excuse me, that feel like he doesn't deserve the slap. He didn't, which I don't.
I think any defense.
I'm not
for
gonna
him
say
would
he didn't
be-
deserve a slap, but he shouldn't have got slapped on TV.
not on,
Not
not
on
in the
TV.
public.
Yeah.
Do it behind the scenes.
He
If
was
something
rocked,
went
innit?
off.
He was rocked.
Yeah.
It was time to carry on.
It's like,
But he held it. But he held it though.
Yeah, he did.
Fam, he
Yeah.
said,
You know
"Will
what he
Smith
did?
slapped
Yeah.
the shit out of
He
me."
did hold it.
No,
still.
man.
But
I
this
mean,
is.
I thought it was fake at first. I'm still skeptical, to be honest.
I don't think it was fake.
when he
His
repeated
reaction
himself,
afterwards
yeah.
showed that
His
it weren't
reaction
fake.
weren't
fam.
fake.
Yeah, there was
That-
just a
that
lot.
slap
There was a
brought
lot
back trauma,
that.
fam. He got bullied when he was young. You could tell.
There was a lot that happened that I just thought to myself, I don't know about that, because they let man just walk up on stage, slap, and then
I think he
walk
put
back.
his head there because I think he thought Will Smith was gonna whisper something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, he put his head
Yeah,
forward.
'cause he
Yeah,
had
I know he put his head
Yeah.
forward. I know he put his
He
head
thought he was
forward.
maybe going to say
Say
something.
something. Yeah.
It could have been. It could have been that
You
reaction.
got history with. You got history with someone, and you're making jokes about his wife, and the guy comes up on stage. You think he wants to talk from?
He could have done.
Fam,
he could,
nobody thought he was gonna
He's an
slap him.
actor as well. No one thought he was
yeah,
going to
but
slap
what
him.
I'm saying, but what I'm saying is like,
Could have done something.
yeah, do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, if I'm
jokey,
making
you know.
jokes about your wife or whatever, and I could see it on your face that you're kind of serious, you're coming towards me. My hands are not gonna be
No, but
behind
why
my
would
back.
he
Do you
think
know
that
what I mean?
when Will Smith was laughing?
That's the thing.
Then he got up and walked to
got
the
up.
stage.
I thought it was really professional that he took that slap and he didn't react.
Yeah.
I thought he was
To be a host.
I thought it was an idiot.
Yeah, the composer. Who? What? Chris Rock?
Of course.
What for not
for not
reacting?
He should have said something. He should have said something at least.
Yeah.
He should have said Will Smith slapped the shit out of me, but I don't appreciate that because what you did.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate
You know what I'm saying? But man just
I'm not saying you
took
got
it.
a scrap, but
No,
I'm not. If
but
it
this
was
is-
me, I'm
Or at
scrapping
least
stuff.
push him
Scrapping,
away or
but-
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? But
Do you get what I'm saying? Like a natural reaction if you get slapped.
It's to react.
You're flaring up now because
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
thinking, what's going on?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? He was stunned. It's either he was thinking about his career,
Yeah.
or he was literally genuinely just stunned and kind of shook.
But this is the thing.
Can you imagine being on
Because that slap, people were saying it was a lack slap, bro. The guy's face was fizzing. If you've ever been
I don't
slapped
know,
in
I
your
think
face,
it-
you know your
yeah.
face was fizzing, fam.
Yeah.
I think he didn't make a proper connection though. I don't think.
We say that, but his face was fizzing.
Because I looked at a freeze frame of when
It
the
looked-
hand
it looked proper,
connected. And it's
yeah.
like the fingertips hit the.
What do the
It-
5 fingers say to the face?
It was the fingertips rather than the palm. It was the fingertips. So I don't know.
Shame your titties.
On top of that as well, it's just like I was thinking like
Darkness says. You're dumb, fam.
But I was just thinking that even security guards, like no one wanted to, no security guards moved or anything like that. Like,
Do you know
It's
what?
because it's Will Smith as well, you know. He's not a little man in the game, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing. You got to think about. They're
Chris
not,
Rock's
they're
not a
gonna
little
think-
man, but Will Smith ain't a little man either.
They're not thinking Will Smith's gonna go up and is gonna do that.
yeah, but then I'm thinking even afterwards, they just, like man just sat down like it was a cash thing, fam. Like he just got his award, like you know what I mean.
Different
What?
rules,
He was
bro.
partying. He was
He was
partying
crying after. He
innit?
was crying
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
partying. I think that guy needs some serious help, man.
He does.
But then this comes on the topic with regards to say trauma in
Yeah.
men, and so we're talking about this, and essentially there's a traumatic experience for not only Will but also Chris,
Yeah.
and essentially we laugh about it.
Yeah, yeah, we do, and you know what? Just to add to that as well, this apparently was the first Oscars that was not hosted, but it was put together by a black committee.
Yeah.
So it's just not a good light to have like the first one we have. And someone gets slapped,
Yeah,
and there's some
yeah.
sort of form of aggression in it,
and then
whatever
it then comes back to
and
black
then it's
people
like,
are
oh, we're
aggressive.
so aggressive, blah blah blah.
But yet they won't show the clip of when the lady from
yeah, just before
Sound of
yeah.
Music. No, she was in Sound of Music, a black lady. She won an Oscar. And one of the, I can't remember who it was, who was it? He was foaming at the mouth and they had to physically hold him back from going up on stage to try and drag her off the stage.
What?
But they don't tell you these things.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
They don't tell you these things, fam. I thought, let me see if I can find her name.
Someone was pushing Will's buttons as well before. There was that other comedian, white lady, and she made a joke about
Amy
them.
Schumer?
Yeah, I think it was
She's not even funny.
Yeah, she's not.
She's
not. The joke was
really,
dry
really
as well,
not
bro.
funny.
It was dry. The worst joke.
She's not funny.
What did she say?
She said something about something
Hattie
along the lines
McDaniel.
of Jada's. She thought Jada's previous boyfriends were going to be here, or something like that.
Oh.
Something along, something
So
dumb,
mean.
yeah. But it was the way she said it, yeah, and the
Yeah.
tone she said it in. So you know, like it sounds like you should like black people. Like that.
So
But
it wasn't say, just to clarify, it wasn't Sound of Music, it was Gone with the Wind.
okay.
Okay.
In 1939. No, but Hattie McDaniel won an Oscar for it.
Yeah.
But when she was on stage, I can't remember who it was. I can't remember his name exactly, but they had to physically hold him back so that she wouldn't get dragged off stage. But they don't talk about the history of the Oscars with those kind of things.
That's why they
But
were
Will
both
Smith
betting it.
does something out of character, and it's still a topic today. Look how long it happened, and we're talking about it today.
Yeah.
When did it happen though? It's not that long
2 weeks
I
ago?
don't think.
2 years ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't-
Yeah, but we're still talking about it. Like, it's still a big thing. Like, and other things have happened.
Oh, you're saying bigger things have happened and we haven't.
Other
Yeah.
things have happened, and it doesn't get as much.
Yeah.
Light. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think
Like,
the
what's it-
Oscars just needs to be boycotted.
People
anyway.
are boycotting it. Beyonce and Jay-Z and all the rest of them are boycotting it. They start their own thing and really.
But that's what
really
they've been
push it.
saying for a while now.
Yeah, yeah.
They need to actually do it now, innit?
And celebrate the BET awards a bit more. Do you know what I mean, or something like that,
Boy,
or whatever.
But
it
isn't
might
that
be.
even committed by? Isn't the president of BT white?
I'm
see.
sure. Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. That things like that don't make sense, man. Things like that don't. Yeah, they don't. make sense.
Ownership, being in certain powers of places and powers.
But even like moving on to obviously black men with trauma, as we've been speaking about with Will Smith.
poor
Yeah.
guy, man.
Do you feel that
Sorry,
in
Will.
society, black men they deal with trauma but just by getting rich? So we suffer a lot of trauma, even though some of us we don't know it as well.
Yeah,
But it's just like, all right, cool, shrug that off. Let's get money. Like,
yeah. I think there's a definitely
There's an
an
element.
answer. There's an element there to that.
I don't think it's the
whole
only
thing,
way
but
that
yeah.
people deal with trauma.
Yeah.
I think a lot of trauma is dealt with by anger. A lot of black men don't know how to express themselves.
Yeah.
And that's just because of how we've been raised.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Just raised by family and raised by society as well, your environment.
So
you know?
quick one. Like as you said, it's like we get angry as well, like black men when we're dealing with trauma. Do you think we get angry at the trauma or angry at the fact that we don't know how to express ourselves?
It's probably a combination of the two.
Yeah.
Definitely a combination.
Because you also got to think as well. Well, I can say personal experience. Like when you're say growing up, like well, first of all, my parents had, and my grandma, because I was raised by my grandmother, she had a talk with me from early to say, listen, because of the color of your skin, you're going to experience certain things.
Same.
And it's just a part of life. Imagine that. It's just, you're in primary school and you're being told this, you're having this conversation with your grandmother and you just got to accept it.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, being the oldest sibling as well, and being a man, it's a case of you take on all this responsibility, it's just life, you just got to deal with it. So emotions, expressing emotions, this is life. You just got to deal with it. So you're conditioned to be that way.
It's like you got no time to express yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then so for a lot of us, our expression is either through music, through art, or through sport or whatever. But then you then also the other side of it. Why are you doing music? Why are you doing sport? Read your books. So then you're like you can't express yourself even more because that's then being taken away from you. So then what? So you just become frustrated and you internalize
Very
that.
good. Very. I couldn't put it better myself, bro. That's literally how it is sometimes. Do you get what I'm saying? And I feel like with some guys, it's like in a more of a hostile environment as well. Obviously, there's so many different dimensions as to why people go on the road and try and make money one way, or they'll try and make money another way, because you come from struggle as well. Do you get what I'm saying? Sometimes if you're coming from nothing and you see an opportunity that can make you money or can put you in a better off opportunity, you're hungry. You're not thinking about the consequences, bro.
Exactly.
You're thinking, I need to
I've got nothing
do
to
this.
lose.
I've got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Do you see where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
So it's like, do black men deal with trauma by getting rich? I can't say that because I personally haven't seen anyone or a lot of people that look like me that are rich. Do you get what I'm saying? I've seen actors, I've seen athletes, I've seen rappers. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But in terms of bankers, lawyers, architects, all the other industries that are out there in the world, there's not enough representation.
But let's switch it. Like they don't deal with it by getting rich, but trying to get rich.
Yeah,
I think
Well, they say money can't buy you happiness, but
Buy you a lot.
it brings you security.
You'd rather cry in the bed. You know what I mean?
It brings you security. It brings you a yard. Brings you a nice car. Brings
Stability.
you clothes, stability,
Yeah.
and then because you have all of these material things, what does it then attract?
Yeah.
You get me?
Exactly.
That's what it is.
We materialize a lot of things, and then we maybe place an importance on that in the sense of like, you know, they weren't expecting us to have this, so now I've got this, or now I'm gonna go and get it.
It's all about power and respect.
No, it's just the
as
power.
well.
Yeah, it's respect me, respect the fact that I can go and get this, or that I want to get rich, or this is,
Well, so how many times, say, have you walked down the road, you see a man head to toe designer, you're like, like you, a part of you is almost like, okay, like
He's got money.
He's got money. The minute you see it, you're thinking this person's got money.
Yeah.
But do we
It's a
actually
sad
know that they have
conditioning.
money?
It's a sad conditioning
Yeah.
still.
Yeah.
It's a sad reality of
That
conditioning.
just because somebody has Balenciaga and some of their things are awful, or
It's true. It's true, bro.
Gucci,
I mean,
Louis- and
Some of the Versace trainers.
yeah, I mean,
Moose knuckle and that.
I'm doing well in my career right now. I'm doing really, really well. But I don't. Obviously, everybody's different, but I don't see value in those designer things. I don't own any of them designer things. But people might look at me and think, "Oh, this guy doesn't have Gucci, doesn't have. Like, is he a bum? No, I'm not a bum. Man's got 2 degrees.
Oh, that's
it.
it.
I think
Man's
that's educated. I'm one in my career.
But that
Tell
would
them.
be a very
Yeah.
childish
Big up
way to look
yourself.
at it, though.
But
Like,
this
do you know
is-
what I mean? If to be like, oh, he hasn't got designer, so he must be a bum or something. I think that's a very childish way. I think it does happen though. I'm not saying it doesn't
I
happen.
went out
but-
last night. So, dressed, I had a white overshirt, black tee, black jeans, Jordan 1s, calm. Gone out with a couple other people now. So in the queue, trying to get in, they're like, if you haven't got any designer, we're not letting you in.
What? Do you know what I was? Do you know? What, yeah,
I'm thinking to myself, how are you attributing designer to people's behavior as well? Like that doesn't make no sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Because of the type of club we went to as well.
It's that too, Dan. But it's also we are our own problem with that sometimes as well. Because how many events have I seen where it says like either come dripped out, like the dress code in the thing says come drippy. It says
But
drippy.
you have to think about it.
what is
But
drip?
that's a
But what is drip?
yeah.
To them, drip
them.
is designer.
But
Drip
design,
is design,
you
but
can't have Gucci with Louis Vuitton and this
I
looking
know.
foul.
I know exactly what you're saying.
Drip is the way you art attack.
But then,
project.
but
Like,
then
yeah,
you have to.
yeah,
But then
yeah.
that
Look
you
at
won't
that
get that
splash
same
van.
situation in, say, like Central London. Do you get what I'm saying? Because you basically when there's levels to this. Do you get what I'm saying? Like you will see some of the richest people you've ever met, and they look like they don't own a penny.
Yeah, yeah.
Because their trainers are buck up.
Yeah.
Their t-shirt don't even look like it's a designer t-shirt, but it is.
Yeah, just
Do you
plain.
get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's a plain
It's a
tee.
plain thing.
It's a plain
It's a
tee.
plain
You think
tee.
it's just a thing from
Do you understand?
Primark or H&M. but
T-shirts
it's
even
not.
got holes in it, but that's the design.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. There's levels to it, and it's because of how we've been conditioned within our sort of surroundings and our environment. We have to remember that, you know, as a black community,
Yeah.
we're just a small percentage.
Yeah,
in
we're
this
only
country.
3% of the whole
3%.
UK.
Do you understand?
And
So
of that percentage,
anything that we see, it's an echo chamber.
Yeah.
There's a whole life outside of it, bro. And only a few tap into it.
Yeah.
And then when they tap into it, it's like they're called sellouts, or because they can't bring other people in, or they don't want us to be in that sort of circle. Look how Virgil broke into the fashion industry.
yeah.
And then when he died the other day, sorry, rest in peace, Virgil. Where was it that they was doing
His
was it
concert.
Grammys or something like that?
But they done a concert for him.
No, they were saying that he was a hip hop designer.
Oh yeah, that was man, and that reggae act they run.
Yeah,
the
something
reggae-
like that. He's not a hip hop designer.
that-
Guy was running.
He was the director. He was
the one that won
director
the
of
best,
Louis
Louis
Vuitton.
But this is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Well,
call
they
him
named
hip-hop
him
designer.
best,
They called him hip-hop designer.
best hip hop designer or something
Do you
like that.
understand?
Like he's marginalized just to hip hop.
What a way to rubbish his name and his legacy. Bro. And this is what I'm saying. We can't break into certain spaces, or we can, but they don't really want us there. They make it 10 times or 100 times harder. So when we're talking about trauma of black men, we have to think about what age does it start, and what triggers it. Do you get where I'm coming from? Because it
How do
starts
you
from
identify
somewhere.
it as well?
How do you
Because
identify it?
If you have
can
if you have
manifest
a
in
if you have a
many
child,
ways, yeah.
like, and your child's grown up, how do you identify that they're showing early signs of trauma? Do you know what I mean? Because like
Do you
kids
know,
nowadays,
I
kids
don't
are
even want to just attribute it to black men as well. I think it's black people in general.
yeah.
Because you see, you can more so see the trauma within black men, because, you know, there's the whole thing of black women have it hard, bro. No
Yeah.
if buts
Yeah,
or maybe.
no, they
but,
do.
but we will never know what it's like to be a black woman.
Yeah.
The same way black men have it hard. I wouldn't even say it's harder, but we have it hard, just as hard.
Yeah.
But they will never know, because they will never be a black man. They know that, okay, they can't walk out late at night because they don't want to be troubled by another guy.
Yeah.
But it's like if they're in a certain area, they're likely to be left alone for a certain time of day. As soon as a black man wakes up in the morning and leaves his house, if he's in a certain area, he's thinking, am I going to come home?
Yeah, am I coming home? Yeah.
Am I coming home? Am I going to get arrested for no reason? Am I just going to get stopped or targeted by somebody by just walking in the wrong area, being in the wrong area at the wrong time?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
the minute
You
you
know,
wake up to
am
the
I
minute
going to
you
have
go
a hard time at work today? Is there going to be microaggressions that they don't even understand?
Yeah.
But that I'm not talking about, which women go through as well.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? But just as a guy, because we don't talk about it enough.
Yeah.
You know, we need to kind of think, okay, we've identified that there's trauma within the black community. We've identified there's trauma with black women. We've identified there's trauma with black men. How can we move forward to eradicate the trauma within our community? Or how can we ease the trauma?
Well, I think it's like with family lines. I think our grandparents passed trauma down to our parents, who passed trauma down to us, and it's not through it's subconscious as well.
Yeah.
I feel like you in the actions that you do, and some people, they speak the trauma into their children. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think
Through no
it
fault of their own.
starts from there. You have to identify exactly what it is.
Can you explain what you mean when you say they passed the trauma down?
Yeah, so the trauma could even be financially. So the trauma could be you have to work twice as hard to get half as far and that, yeah. So that is true, but again, it's a thing where if I'm now telling my child that I'm now passing,
You're building almost.
I
like
am
an
telling,
anxiety,
I am telling them
this, that, and
what the situation is, but I'm also within that message, I'm putting the trauma onto them to that this is gonna,
you're projecting your experience onto them.
Yeah.
But then isn't that also part of a reality as well?
It is part of the reality.
then-
But what I'm saying is just that again, this is probably why we go round in circles, and this why it's been going around, especially in our culture as well. Do you know what I mean? Because if from slavery times, and a lot of people don't realize that a lot of what happened back then is affecting how we deal with
long
how,
ago
how
either, you know.
Yeah, it's not
exactly.
long ago.
Exactly.
It's
But
over
it's-
100 years.
even
so
though
even
we didn't
less.
go through it,
Yeah.
and we're like when I know we spoke about it time ago where you what did you say, Dan? You said something about like your what was it? Yeah, basically like your parents haven't like telling us about, you know, the whole thing about you're gonna have to struggle. Well, not that you're gonna have to struggle, but things are gonna happen to you, and you have to deal with it a certain way and stuff like that. And I think I asked you whether that's kind of setting you up to be on the defensive growing up. You know what I mean? I just feel like I don't know how we get out of it. You know, I really don't know how we get out of it.
I think it's like you're right in terms of that, but then if you don't have that talk, it brings trauma anyway. Because you realise this is what the world is like.
It's a
and
shock.
you can't express yourself.
Yeah.
And do you know what it is, right? Maybe I should save this for when Alex comes back. But do you know what it is? It's like the racism in England is so insidious because it's like they don't want to acknowledge that there's racism, so they make you feel like you're going mad. Whereas in America or anywhere else,
They'll tell you
in your face. So you kind of know where you stand. It's not nice.
But you know where you stand.
But you know where you stand. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Here it's like they'll smile with you and blah blah blah, and then be calling you the most horrible things while smiling in your face. Saying, like, that's not racist.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be racist.
Or they'll be like, "Oh, you're racist for calling me racist." Or, you know what I mean?
Understand?
Like,
So it's like, that's just
I mean, we could even still talk. Like, I'm sure Aaron could just put this in.
But I even had a situation. I had a situation at work. Literally says whereby it's a microaggressions, and they happen all the time. But as I said, I had a situation at work. So I'm being met by a new colleague now, and the colleague's like, "Oh, what's your name?" Sanchez. Is that your name? Yes. Is that your first? Yes. And it's like I know it wasn't. I didn't feel like it was intentionally meant to be a microaggression, but at the same, you told me your name is whatever your name is. I'm not questioning whether that's your name. Why is that your name? That's if that's what you told me your name is. I'm accepting that. But okay, yes, my name is Latin American. I'm very, very aware of the fact that's my name. I've been on this earth for however many years. I know the origins of my name. Yeah. But I'm not questioning why your parents gave you that name. That's my God-given name.
Do you know what I mean?
And then the next question might be, oh, what's your surname? I didn't give them my surname. Oh,
No, they're not.
they're like, huh? And I'm like, do you really want me to have that conversation? Like, do you want me to sit you down and say to you, okay, right? So over 200 years ago now, during slavery, where my ancestors were taken from somewhere in West Africa, brought to the Caribbean. They got rid of the Arawaks, the Tainos, the indigenous people of the Caribbean, and brought the Africans over. And then as part of being owned, you're then given your plantation owner's name. So my plantation's name would have been Davis, which is Scottish or Welsh. That is why my surname is Davis. Where do we go from here?
What now?
What now?
What now?
They look at you like, I never meant to, like, or they get awkward, like, or they just walk away.
Yeah, where do we go from here?
I don't think. Do they even walk away, fam? They just look at you,
Sometimes they do.
beady-eyed, just like.
Sometimes they walk away because you look at them. Like, okay,
I'm like, it's.
what next?
Yeah, what next? Now, if you go to the Caribbean, and you got the British, you got the French, and you got the Dutch. Depending on what island you're from, will then also have an influence on what your surname may be. If you're British West Indies, you got your Jamaica, your Guyana, Barbados,
St. Lucia.
No, St. Lucia's French.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's part of the French West Indies. Say you've got St. Kitts and Nevis.
British Virgin Islands.
Yeah, British Virgin Islands. Then you can say you're French. You got your St. Lucia, your Martinique, your St. Louis, your
Guadeloupe,
Guadeloupe, your French Guiana.
Yeah.
The Dutch, you have
got
Suriname,
Saint Martin,
Suriname, Curacao,
Yeah.
Aruba.
There's a lot of them in Amsterdam, you know.
Even parts of the Grenadines are owned by the Dutch as well.
Is it?
Yeah.
Do you remember we met that person out in Amsterdam, and they were from Suriname originally? They were from Suriname. Yeah. There's
Suriname,
loads of them.
they-
All of them man
seem
with the
nice, though.
dreads in the Dutch national team, fam.
Yeah,
All of them,
Edgar
fam.
Davids, Clarence Seedorf,
That's
they're
it.
from
Yeah.
Suriname.
Kluivert as well.
Kluivert, yeah. And
Their
'cause-
food team's nice as well.
well, because essentially, so Guyana back in the day was a big country. So remember, Guyana's in South America,
Yeah.
and it says it neighbors Brazil to the east and then Venezuela to the west. So it was owned by the British.
Okay.
The French came, the Dutch came, and then the British sold off portions. So that's why you have French Guyana,
Yeah.
and it used to be called Dutch Guyana, but then they then changed it to Suriname.
Okay,
So Suriname is actually a part of Guyana, but
Okay.
the Dutch have then changed the name.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
French Guyana is just called French Guyana.
I think
That's where
yeah.
Floyd Maluda is French Guyanese.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
What a player, man.
Yeah.
That left foot was mad.
Yeah, because I was you know when you sometimes you go down a rabbit hole with things like that, and
Yeah.
I was looking at the origins of the Caribbean and how you have again you got the French influence, and then you got the Dutch influence in the Caribbean and that, and even the Spanish influence and all
Well,
that.
Cuba and then places.
I was just thinking, I was just wondering, Germany, is there any influence there? I don't think there is, but I was just thinking about how does it work? How did the Caribbean just get split like that?
I don't know the specifics to it, but Italy tried to invade, or they did invade Ethiopia and Eritrea, but they obviously they fought back and revolted.
Yeah.
But there's still some say line with regards to Italy and that part of Eastern Africa. But so your Spain, your Spanish, your Portuguese, your French, and then the British, they either worked together or because they had at that time. They were very meticulous, very clever, and how they were able to trick the people with money and all these different things and genocide.
Yeah.
Look at Argentina. You know, Argentina used to be a black country.
Yeah, so tell me that. I heard
Argentina
about that. I heard
used,
about that story.
Argentina used to be a black country, and that was probably one of the most racist countries in South America now. Yeah, Argentina used to be a black country.
They tried to eradicate all the black people.
They basically have. They basically have. Man like Sebastian Veron was probably like, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Sebastian Veron,
Anomaly still.
Yeah, but they completely tried to wipe out the whole black population in that country.
it's wild.
Yeah, it's
That's wild, man.
It's mad.
Then don't even get me started with the Arabs, because they were black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were black. Even I was speaking to an Iranian girl because I had an
Get a
appointment.
heater in here, fam.
You
cold, fam.
I feel kind of
But-
fresh. I'm alright.
Yeah,
But
I'm up on
I
the jacket.
had like a medical appointment with her, and she was helping me with some stuff.
Yeah.
And I was just talking to her. She was like, "Yeah, like I'm Muslim, but I'm from Iran."
Yeah.
But she said the original Arabs were black.
Yeah.
She said that's why when you have them and they go out there, some of the, if you're like really know your history, they get treated better than normal like Arabian people.
Yeah.
But what she said was they were the black or the African Arabs that was around and like Israel and all of that. They started mixing with the I can't remember which white people they were. There's a country around there that had a majority of white people. How did she say it again? But they started mixing, which is why you had lighter skin Arabs now. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The milky skin Arabs. But she said, like the black Arabs, they were just the original Arabs. Like,
If you go to places
even
like
Jewish people
like
as well.
Oman,
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia, you're seeing black Arabs.
Yeah, that's it.
Kuwait,
Yeah.
you're
It's
seeing
mad.
them. Yeah.
It's mad still.
I was even reading about there's a place in Pakistan that's just full of black people.
Swear.
Yeah, I will find it. I'll find it.
Why
But
they
there's a
hate us so
place.
much?
Yeah,
Why they hate us so much?
I don't know.
Well,
It's just full, literally black people.
the women don't, but
You know, fam. Do you know what it is? Yeah, they don't want us to have a United States of Africa, blood.
Yeah, that's
what
why
it
they
is.
took out.
You know, Africa's way bigger than they say it is.
Yeah,
It's-
of
it's
course.
massive.
There's
It's
no,
huge.
Which
fam,
makes me think,
lie.
how did they
lie.
come and colonize everywhere?
Yeah,
How?
yeah. It's a wild one. And I even started getting into just looking at when you look at the the geographic locations of certain countries. So you know how you have what's that place, Tenerife?
Yeah.
But it's basically like in Africa.
Africa,
You know what I mean? Like, you have a look at
It's like
places like that.
Portugal as well, innit?
Portugal.
yeah.
In between, just above Malta, you've got
There's
a bit of
Italy-
you've got a
Italy's
bit of
in there,
land.
Malta.
You've got a bit of land,
Yeah.
which it's like. So you've got a bit of land, and the bit that's closest to Italy is actually a French island,
Okay.
and then underneath is the Italian part. So I'm just thinking, like, you know, how does that work? Even when you look at Guernsey and Jersey, and that it's closer to France, but it's
mad.
part of us.
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad.
I say us, I mean the English.
It's crazy, bro. Like,
But yeah,
there's so much history that we have now, but it's like, is that the correct history? Was it rewritten? Because they say the best way to eradicate someone is to delete their history. So when they invaded places like Africa,
That's wild. That's
That
wild.
is
You
mad.
delete their history.
you
fam.
delete it and
Like a
then you
file,
rewrite
fam.
it, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's a file.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
it's
wild,
just
fam.
like, bro, like.
But
sometimes
I
think
remember,
to myself,
obviously, I was doing some reading and just watching interviews and stuff with regards to what's going on in Ukraine, yeah. And I think I'm trying to remember. I don't remember which president or prime minister of some country. It wasn't Ukraine. It wasn't Poland. Some part of like Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
And they were basically saying,
Yeah, Nick, what's going on, man?
yes. Afternoon. You're right, yeah.
Cool, man.
They were basically saying, "Oh, they can't believe what's happening in Ukraine because European people are peace. They're peacemakers. That war doesn't exist in Europe." I was thinking to myself, "Okay, World War One, what countries were involved?
Is this not
England,
aware, man?
France,
This is ignorance.
World War Two, Germany, Cold War,
Yeah.
the Balkan Wars.
Yeah.
Each of all these countries have their civil wars.
Yeah.
Europe,
Yeah.
Europe, I know.
but Europe's peace. Wars don't happen in Europe.
I was just gonna say, it's even interesting. You know what you said about there's so much history, but is it the right history?
Yeah, bro.
Even going off on the next thing, that's when I now go into biblical stories and the origins and stuff like that. It's kind of like where I stand with it.
Yeah.
You
But
know what we was
There's
talking
some
about. Like,
stories that have been backed up in the Bible. There's some, but not all of them. But there's some. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's like when you look at the history, for example, we know the flood is real because in every other cultural history, there's a flood.
Yeah,
where there's an ark. So there's a set of people from every country that had an ark. But you wouldn't know that. You'd think it's just the Bible. Do you get what I'm saying? Also, what else was there? I don't know. I have to. I read all of these things and then I forget when it's time to.
Yeah, when it's time to
speak about it.
But yeah, that's just literally where I think when I was speaking to someone and I was saying that I believe that there is obviously God.
Yeah.
I have so much faith in God. But just when it comes to certain stories, certain things, I question the origins of it. And again, the only way I can really kind of sort that out for myself is to read the Bible and read read the Quran.
Yeah, read and understand.
The Torah, all them things.
The Quran, I don't like speaking about Islam in front of a lot of people, but the history of the Quran, Muhammad basically took another religion basically and made it his own. You know they worship the moon. See,
this is the
what
thing
I'm
because
saying,
I've had conversations with two Muslims at work actually, and they would. That's like, it's funny how they look at things because if you was to tell them that to them,
I choose care. Obviously, I don't want to.
Yeah, of course.
But even if you read the Quran properly, Jesus is still who they say he is in the Bible.
Yeah.
So why you believe in Muhammad over Jesus? They still say he was born from a virgin.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. They still say he's done the miracles.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus is one of the most famous prophets in the Quran. But because Muhammad was
the last one.
The messenger, they're saying that it's him. Do you get what I'm saying? They still have the same stories, but they've got slightly different names.
Yeah.
But then when you read some of the things, it's big on paedophilia as well, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
But arguably so is Christianity.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
Religion as a whole.
It's crazy.
mad.
Religion is just such a crazy concept.
Yeah, man. So you come to the end of another episode.
Another one.
This was a great one, actually. A great one.
Nice
real
insights.
gems.
Yeah.
Thank you. You need to come on again.
Yeah,
very much.
You got some
Thank you,
knowledge
bro.
on that noggin, fam.
Yeah,
Knowledge,
bro.
fam.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Honestly, anytime, friend of the show, family of the show,
on, man.
That's it,
please
man.
come back.
And again, if you like the episode, just make sure you
Like, share, and subscribe.
share,
That's it,
subscribe, tell a
Share
friend.
it.
Pause,
Hit the note-
pause right
review.
now, like it. Pause right now,
Right now,
subscribe.
you see that little
Yeah,
bell? Just press it.
Press it.
Press it
Do
right
it.
now.
Notifications.
Do it.
Ting.
Press the bell.
Yeah, man. So you've been here with Shores.
Been here with Aaron.
Been here with DCB,
AKA
Chargy D,
AKA
Angle Man
Dan.
Dan.
That's it.
Dan,
And
Love
then
it. Calm
also
down.
thank you to our special
Special
guest,
guest, man.
Sanchez.
Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
thank you, bro. Please come back again, man.
I will, definitely.
Please, always welcome.
Love, man.
Always.
Lovely.
All right, we out.
So yeah, just hold on. So actually, I'll do it.
Clap.
Bro, I'll make you something. Bro, am I moving mad?
Yeah. You trying to run it now?
Love it. Before I tell the lie, I won't tell you nothing. Yeah, come on. Anytime I got you.
Cool.
Alright.
See, when he says it's time to turn off, it's time to turn off, bro. He didn't even warn me. I said, alright, cool. Yes,
What did you want to tell you?
Told us our shift started.
Coming to boiling.
Please, Sean.